Today's video is going to be, I think, a really short one. I just have a couple of products right here in front of me, and if you probably haven't seen already from the title list video or like whatever, the picture or whatnot, these are a couple of products that I was influenced to buy just by other people, and I bought them, I tried them, and you know, maybe they're not necessarily for me. I think that they're all still like okay products, just I'm personally not really jazzing with any of them, so I thought I would share. The first item here, this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and I have the shade, I believe it's like Fair or something like that. I cannot see. Yeah, Fair. I think since I bought this, they might have like a couple of other shades. I think at that time that I bought this, they had like maybe a couple of shades, like, I don't know, Fair, Light, neutral, like medium or something. I'm not really sure. They just didn't have that many colors. Now I think that they have a couple more. This is in the one Fair. I think I initially got maybe Light or something, and I felt that one was way too dark. So I went into store, switched out to Fair, and I kind of just like forgot about it. And then I used it again, like maybe a couple months ago, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should have just returned it, flat out returned it. I think it's all about like the way that you use this product. I just personally haven't really figured out how to use it. And as I've realized recently, I'm not really into the glowy makeup kind of deal. I know I have dry skin, but even though I have dry skin, I don't actually really like to look super glowy or dewy. I kind of like to look matte, neutral-ish a little bit. Like I have like dry skin, like I said, but I actually do like looking like pretty flat, but only highlighting in the places that I choose. This Halo Glow liquid filter thing isn't really for me. How many times have I used this? I've used it like 2 times since I bought this like years ago. So I even think that this Fair color like isn't necessarily a color for me. I'm not really sure. Like it makes a horrible sound when it goes in and out of the container, but this is the color. It's just, I don't think this is my color. It's too peachy. It's too, yeah, it's just too peachy and too cool tone. I can't, it's not really like matching my skin. Not even just the color. It's about like the way that it looks on my face. It's just too glowy. It's not really something that I really like to go for. I'm not looking for like the dewy kind of glowy look. The next ones that I have, and yes, I said ones because they're multiple, but it's kind of like a trio, and this one might get me flamed. Like, might get me flamed for talking negatively about these, I guess, but they are the WESTMAN Atelier, like all the sticks, all the different sticks, the contour stick, the highlighting stick, the blush stick, and it's not that I don't like them. It's just that they're not really a product that I'm reaching for. I don't know. Like, first of all, I don't even really wear that much blush in general, so that automatically makes this like Petal one like obsolete basically in my collection. As far as the contour and the highlighting stick, I'll talk about the highlighting stick first. Highlighting stick, I just don't find that this color is like showing up much on my skin tone. Like I'll twist it up and like I'll swatch it here, but it doesn't really look like there's anything like really there. I don't know. If you like maybe like that wet look, like maybe, I think this is maybe going into like what I said about this guy. It's a little bit more of like a glow from within kind of deal, like that glowy kind of look. But again, it's not really like what I'm looking for. It's got that like wet-ish kind of look, and I don't know. I just haven't really found the right way to like apply this, I guess. I mean, it's still in my collection, and maybe eventually I'll figure out like how to use this, but I haven't figured out so far. And then as far as the contour stick, this is probably my favorite out of the 3, out of all the little like sticks that they have, but I'm not sure. I'm just really in a good state with all of my other contour products that I just have found myself not really reaching for this one at all, even though it blends really nicely. Last time I used it, it blends like itself. It blends in like barely any time at all. So it's actually quite nice. I just don't know. Maybe it's something about like the stick formulas I'm not really jazzing with. Maybe it's like the cream products. I don't really like cream products. Maybe I'm like a little bit more into powders. I don't really like the packaging of these. They're all the same color. It's really hard to discern which one is which. I always have to like look at the bottom. It's just really hard to like see and like pick up when you have all 3 of them. You're like, oh, I want to put on like a highlighter, and then you have to like look at each of them, and 90% of the time, always the last one that you choose. I'm not really using this. They're also hecka expensive as well. It was like, I don't even know. Luckily for me, I think I got this like on sale, but it was like, even on sale, like all three of them were a lot. I'm pretty sure originally it was like $70, $75. I think I might have had like a little bit of like a coupon code or something, but I'm not using these. I'll figure out a way to use them somehow. All right, next product that we have, this is kind of old, I feel like at this point. Like I felt like people talked about it and loved on it like so much at one point, but I don't really hear many people talk about it anymore. Speaking of old, this is also old because I did buy it a long while ago. This is the Milk, what is it, like Hydro Grip Primer. And yeah, it's just not for me. I don't even really use primer. I like literally just use like lotion and that is it, like my body lotion, and that's good enough for me. I just don't have a use for like a primer in my routine. And even this, I'm not really into like the sticky kind of like primers. I don't really feel like I need a primer. It's just not for me. Luckily, this is a mini, and I'm pretty sure I maybe got this as like a little free sample gift or something. So I'll use it up eventually, even though it's been years since I got this, but I'll use it up eventually and just toss it and kind of forget about it. And I want to say this product is like maybe for like oily skin. I don't have oily skin, so again, not really a product that's geared towards me. Next product that we have, these are again like a little set, I guess. It's not a set, but I did buy them all together. These ones I'm a little bit scared to talk about because they are so well loved. And I generally really enjoy like the brand of it. Like I like what the brand is doing, but I gotta say, like I bought these and I was really excited, but I don't really feel like I'm using them too much. But I'll give a little bit of explanation why. So these are the REPHR brushes. Now, like I said, I kind of value like REPHR as a brand. Like I really like their website. I like that the fact that they have this like concept store that like you get discounts and such, and they have sales quite often. And I think I got these on sale. Now, I'm holding up like they're a set. They're not. I just got them all individually. If you want to know, the numbers I have are 12, 3, 1, 4, and 18. I think 3 of them could be in a set, but I'm not really sure which one. But yeah, so these are the brushes that I have. And I gotta say, the reason I'm not using them is for the strangest reason. Sometimes, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but sometimes you have something so nice that you have that you get kind of scared of using it. Now, to me, like REPHR brushes were always looked up as like super top tier, like amazing brushes. And I think in the back of my mind, I still view it that way, even though they're actually not terribly like expensive. Like, I don't think that they were that bad in terms of cost, because I think I got them on sale as well for like half off. But I think in my brain, I view these so like high end that sometimes I get scared of using them. And if you've seen some of my previous videos and I've used makeup brushes, I always just use like a Real Techniques brush, or I'm using like an H&M brush, which those ones in my mind, I guess are on the cheaper end. So I think I use those a little bit more, and I tend to just like not use these because I don't want to get them dirty. And I have actually used some of them and they did get like dirty, I guess. So I guess that makes me like sad, and that's why I just didn't use it. I will say maybe 2 of them I kind of used. This big one here for powder, and then this one I'm using for the like highlighting. So I used it today just on like the inner corners of my eyes and like on my nose and such. But the reason I think I'm using these 2 are because the products that I'm using with them are not very pigmented in its color. Like maybe highlighter, but highlighter is more like just shimmery, but it's usually just like your skin tone. So you can't actually really see it. It doesn't look like it's like bad or anything. It doesn't look like it has like a lot of like dark coloring or anything. And then this one, I said I used it for a powder, and powder is usually translucent, or it's usually like your skin tone. So it doesn't really show up on here either. I think the reason why I'm not using these other 3, like basically at all, is because these brushes, I would use an actual color with them. So this is a smudging brush. And as you can see, I already like got it dirty. Like I have like a couple like dark smudging on here. This one is a shadow brush, and this one is also a little bit, you know, has some remnants of some shadow on it. This one is like a little bit of like a brush or a blush or like a contour brush. So this one also has a little bit of color on it. So I think, my assumption is, I think that they're held in its like weird esteem that I'm just not using them. And that's kind of dumb, because if I bought it, I should use it. So I don't know. It's kind of sad that I bought all these brushes and I'm not really using them. I don't know, maybe it's just a mental thing that I need to get over and think to myself, like, I bought it, I should be using it. Don't just hold it for like special occasions or something that you use them. So kind of stupid, kind of dumb, but I don't know. I don't know why I can't get over it. But also, like, to be honest, those like H&M and Real Techniques brushes that I have, they're actually not that bad either. They're actually pretty good. They're not pokey or anything. They're quite like soft, and I find that they do the job. So, okay, last one. I am really hitting it with a lot of these like influency picks, because I feel like all my favorite like beauty people on like YouTube have talked so highly about like all these products. This last one is another one that a lot of people might be very like confused why I'm putting it in this. But again, it's like my personal preference. It's my weird like thing, I guess. But this is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I have the very small mini one, and I'm glad I got the mini one and didn't bite the bullet and get the big size. This is it. It's a loose powder, and why I have it in this video, in the fact that I'm not using it, is because I just don't think I'm a loose powder kind of person. I find them a lot of times that they are just too messy. When I use them, I feel like I get like the powder everywhere all over my desk, and it gets really irritating. As well as like usually, I mean, this is a mini size, but usually if you get like a full size loose powder, because of like the way that they work and the contraption of it, they are usually very chunky, and I just don't like that. That's too chunky and too annoying. I just like my packaging to be like slim and everything, so it's just not really a product that I'm using. And to be honest, I don't really know much about like how it looks underneath the eyes. I just am not using it because I get irritated every single time I have like loose powder all over my desk. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay away from loose powder. Not necessarily a knock at this product. This is the only loose powder I have in my collection, so yeah, that's about it. Those are the products I have. How many did I share? 2, 4, 5. 5 products, super quick, super easy. But luckily, most of the products that I've been like influenced to buy, I did enjoy. So these are just a couple of like little outliers. That's really about it. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully like you kind of understood a little bit of my like thought process. I feel like sometimes when people, I guess, recommend products, you feel like obligated to like want to like it, but this is just me saying that you don't have to like everything that everyone has recommended or has influenced you to buy. Make up your own mind on whatever products work for you, and everyone has different preferences. Like for me, my preference is I don't really like cream, I guess, sticky products that much. I do like the Fenty contour stick though. I don't really like loose powders. I don't really like glowy makeup. So that is my personal preference. Yeah. That's about it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope to see you in another one.